Hello and welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Dishonored for the first time ever. I've only seen a bit of this gameplay before. I have no idea how to play or anything like that. It's only been a little bit of watching other streamers test it out, but I've left soon after to try and avoid spoilers. Hey Paula, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Looks like we've already got dropped frames, that is not a good sign. Could be because I launched a browser at that time. Strange. Okay, well we're going to carry on anyway. Here we go. Yeah, I'm good. I've been waiting to play this game for a very long time, just waiting for the right time really. So glad to be playing it now. I was going to be playing Killing Floor 2 today with another streamer, doing a collaborative stream, but unfortunately they had to stream early because they were going out, and that really didn't match up with me at all, so we're going to do a different time. Did I hit my goals? The monetary goal was extended a bit, because I'm still waiting for some hardware to be sent over, then I can start ordering parts. And the subscriber goal has been reached and then extended. So we reached the 50 and then it was extended to 70. It actually got as high as 63, maybe just slightly more than that. So it's gone pretty well. Did I get my PC fixed? No, I still need the new parts and I've been waiting for hardware from someone. And they're being very unresponsive. I might just go ahead and buy the graphics card. Hopefully it'll work with whatever they send me anyway. Anyway. Hey, Horse, welcome back to the stream. Right, let's begin. So as I said, I've never played this. I've only seen other people play it a tiny bit. There we go. I've changed the options, I've put it a bit low on the video. There we go, this is down, this is down. Light shots is on, might turn it off later. Let's have a look at the controls at least. So we got WASD, jump, jump on spacebar, I've missed that. Doesn't happen on Tomb Raider. Sneak is C, okay. Sprint, lean, oh we got lean, nice. Use, okay. Sword and power gadgets. Block with left control. Zoom is alt. And then middle mouse to access things quickly. Okay, I think that will do. Yeah, we won't go through all these. Okay. Now it said there are extra missions. Ah, looks like it's locked anyway. No, it's not locked. The campaign ones are. That's fine. Let's begin. Hey, C-Man, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Long time no see. You say it's a fun game, we're going to enjoy it. Yeah, I hope so. That's why I put in the title. I hope it... let's see if it lives up to the hype. Because it has been very hyped, and I've tried to avoid seeing anything about it. So my first impressions are completely fresh. And we're not going for very hard. No way. We go for a normal. So you can barely see the darkest symbol. I don't want to ruin it for the stream, so I'm going to leave it as that. I think my screen might be slightly brighter than the average screen anyway. I know it's a slightly off-colour screen. Really, I do need to get a new screen at some point. I need a whole new setup, to be honest. Even new headset, this thing's fallen apart. The plastic on it, the like soft, flexible plastic over the fabric, that's completely flaked off. I actually tore a load of it off to stop it flaking off, so it wouldn't just be sticking to me. Very hard. No. Well, I only play hard on games that I actually know how to play, like I did with Half-Life 1, and that was bloody difficult. I can't remember if I did it to Half-Life 2. One of the best games you played? Good, I'm glad to hear that. Alright, here we go. So, Dunwall Tower, returning home. You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations of the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the Rat Plague. You must deliver their diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector. Okay, we're Protector of her. Cool.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else.
Thank you for the host.
And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace.
Gonna crack open a cold one.
Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Wrenhaven River.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it. Cast off wide. Casting off. We're away.
I'm getting the story feeling of Skyrim and the visual of Bioshock. It's a good combo.
Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Thank you for the gifted sub,
We live in
Pella.
strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months.
I'm trying not to speak over them, and I realise I need to put subtitles on. Especially for those of you who have auditory issues. Where's the... Is it audio? There we go. Yeah, thank you, Paula, for the gifted sub to Horse, and thank you, Seaman, for the host.
That's unusual.
Well, this was important.
There we go.
We need help with the rat plague.
See, now I can talk over them, and we can actually hear what they say. So even if I try not to speak over them, and they start speaking while I speak, it's okay. You got a load of emotes you can use now, even on Discord. I still have one more sub emote I need to do, and a couple of sub badges too, so maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to be doing Killing Floor 2 on a collaborative stream on Monday. What is that? The wheel's going through the wall. There's no gap for it.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Alright, so, Watch Officer.
Fair voyage, sir?
Yes, fair indeed. Fairly fair.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
Yes, yes. The pressure was too low.
Have you ever met my niece Callista? She's getting more beautiful every year.
Just don't do anything crazy. Sokolov's changed everything again, and we don't know what the hydraulics can do now.
We've got him here today doing a portrait. If there's a time to try something, it's now.
I'm getting some Half-Life vibes here. These guys are talking about equipment that's been changed and they're not quite sure how things are working. I hope the machines they're using aren't suddenly going to break as a plot point. Especially if we need to evacuate or something and use this and he hits the wrong button. Or whatever he goes to press doesn't work.
There he is. Good voyage, sir.
Indeed.
Welcome back, Lord Protector.
No problemo. Thank you. That's the wrong response, but whatever.
Her Majesty is waiting in the pavilion.
Dunwall Tower.
The Spy Master is with her, but she'll want to see you right away.
Spy Master. Okay.
Corvo, you're back!
Hello.
Will you
Thought-
tell me about your trip, please? Were
Got-
there any whales?
Got the impression of
Wait,
Elizabeth from
let's play hide and
Bioshock
seek
then.
first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
What? Do you have time? Sure. I have to go see your mother. Wait, your mother is the Empress. Okay, okay. Just do it.
Okay, here we go.
I will check chat occasionally, but I want to not miss out on the story. Wait. You want me to not look, right? Wait. You still talking? I thought we were doing hide and seek. I thought we were doing hide and seek.
Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count.
Oh, okay.
After the countdown, I'll try and find you.
Oh crap, I'm hiding.
Okay, I'm going to count to 10.
Uh-huh.
Find a place to hide.
Uh-huh. Press C to enter stealth mode. Ah, this is nice. It's a little tutorial. Ah. I like this. Humouring a kid and therefore having to do a tutorial. So later on it might have a similar thing where it's like, oh no, can you show me how to get past this bit? And you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll show you. Then it shows you how to do it. Anyway, press C to enter stealth. Stay behind cover to break line of sight and avoid detection while sneaking your footsteps muffled. Okay. Is C also just crouch? Yes, it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We got vaulting.
7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come.
Yeah, Ben's gifted like 10 subs all at once, or 20 subs. Which is why some guys who weren't online did get subs. So, can Bents take pictures as you bend him over? Uh-huh. Tickle his beard. Yeah. Pressing Q or E, you can lean and have a look. Okay.
Now let's see where you're hiding.
No, don't see where I'm hiding. I don't actually see you.
Here.
Nope. You have failed.
Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too.
Sup?
Did you see any monsters while traveling to the other isles?
I don't know, did I?
The big ocean's full of them. But I think she only says that to scare me.
Monsters in this game? I thought it was all just people. Do I have a beard? When I grow it, yeah. Right now, a little bit. You might be able to hear it. In fact, let me pause so you don't have to. That's my current beard.
The Lord Spymaster is with her, but she said to show you right in.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
Thank you.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been. They sent him all around the
Corvo.
islands to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
When he gets to boss around the guy with the higher rank.
That painting looks like Campbell.
You saw my improvements to the waterlock.
Nope. The guys were saying that it had changed. It's the other guy confusing them.
It was a fool's errand, Corvo.
The plague comes from inside us.
Gentlemen, I cannot paint without your cooperation.
I'm in his line of sight, so he's complaining.
I cannot work with these distractions.
Okay, bye.
Things are bad.
I like that.
Could the city get any... She'll see you at once.
Okay. This character is busy.
Good to have you back, sir.
I don't like that it says this character. If it has the name, I'd rather it say Watch Officer is busy. Jeff Kerno is busy, you know?
I'll be happy you're back with the watch. I'm no diplomat.
Yeah, I don't like that. It breaks the immersion.
Hello, my lord.
Hello.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
If I can go back, I'll do that, horse.
Corvo.
Sup?
2 days early.
Yeah, boy. I'm ahead of schedule.
As usual.
Means I get some downtime before having to work. Right, anyway, ignoring the Empress. Lol.
Follow me, Captain. We should leave them.
Alright, so this guy is painting from the vase, isn't he? Wait, what is he doing? No. He's not painting here, is he? In the wrong place? He's not even doing anything, he's just mixing paints. You say if I move the vase, he will paint without it. Are you saying that it will disappear from the painting? Is that right? So it's still there now, but he'll remove it. Okay, let's check that out later.
Gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Never doubt it.
Sup?
Take me with you on a trip one day, please.
When you're older.
It's a fair wind that brings you home.
Empress
to me. What
Jessamine.
news have you brought?
I could give her the letter, or I could rip it up in front of her. If only we had the option. Hey Cybergamer, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Happy little mistakes, yeah. We'll see those later. So, we can go drink now? We finished our work?
I hope that one of the other cities
That was
that
an
dealt
easy
with
day's
this
work.
before knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point.
Can't move past that wall.
Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
I can block her line of sight, but I can't go behind her where she's going to walk around.
Wait, where are the guards?
I'm
You
right
sent
here.
them away.
Mother, look!
Oh no, she's not going to get assassinated, is she?
What? Emily, come here.
Oh no, they really are assassins. Alright, so attack with the left, and... Wait, no, press left to attack with right, press right to attack with the left. Great. I hate when they do that. If you have a weapon or power equipped. Okay. Press and hold left control to block incoming sword attacks. Perfect timing will put the enemies off balance and open them up to a lethal counterattack. Perfect! Happy with that.
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here...
No more. Not again. Mommy!
Can't we shoot him? Can't we shoot either of them? Come on. Oh. Well, she certainly didn't last long. I thought she was going to be a very important character in the story. A very prominent character.
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
If you... I was going to say, this looks bad for us.
Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
No. If it was me, then where's the girl gone, huh?
What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Exactly.
Own bodyguard. Ironic.
It's not ironic.
Headed for this
It's
corner.
traitorous.
Peg him.
I tried to parry, but it didn't work. What have I done? I don't know. Big mistake. What was it you said? Happy little mistakes. Let's go with that. Coldridge Prison. Okay. Okay, so now I'm getting the feeling of Wolfenstein when we start off in a prison. Dishonored. The name of the game. Oh, right, now it all makes sense. We were an honourable guard, and then we were shown to be a traitor, supposedly, so we are Dishonored. Right, now it all makes sense. I had no idea why the game was called that. 6 months have passed since you were accused by the royal spy master of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter Emily, the royal heir. Now locked away in Coldridge Prison, the time of your execution draws near. Coldridge Prison. Order shall prevail.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That guy looks like the one from the Goonies.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time.
On the right.
Think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak, and that's where we come in.
I don't know how else.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo.
So I wasn't paying attention for a second and looking at chat. Did they just admit to the assassination?
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
They did, yeah. The stuttering was happening in Tomb Raider as well. I think it's just my PC needs upgrading. Is that our health bar in really bad condition? A little fire that warms a little. I don't know what it says. Something, a big fire that burns.
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness?
Oh. Corvo! Who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here is the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it at the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend. Sneaking. Weapon. Money? Yeah. Coin of 10, coin of 5. That's how the money is denoted. Cell hallway key needed. Hey, what's up?
Curse those rich milk bloods for putting me here.
Are you not going to comment on me sneaking out? Sure. With the sword in hand, assassinate an unaware enemy by pressing left, or approach an unaware enemy from behind and hold left control to perform a non-lethal takedown. Using stealth in the non-lethal approach has benefits: fewer rats and weepers. Some people react favourably, and the final outcome is not as dark. Oh, it's just told us that we get a good ending at the end of the game if we do non-lethal. I'm not going to try doing the entire game non-lethal, but I will try and go non-lethal where I can. Okay?
So it's an occasion. Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
We're as bad as us betting on the dogfight.
Attention. The solitary wing.
Yeah, that didn't work. I'm trying to... No, wait, I was pressing the wrong button to parry.
The solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Yeah, I messed that up terribly. I was pressing Q to parry instead of control. You're on the side of murder them all.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow. It's on account of Corvo. The one who killed
You kill the rats.
abducted her daughter, Emily.
You're out. Good for you. Cut some throats.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing.
Did they get alerted because I hit that rat?
Must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Press Q again. Oh my gosh. The parry takes so long. I press it thinking it's just in time. Because in Bayonetta you have to do it right before it happens. Ooh, I didn't know there'd be headlopping in this game. Loot. Money. I saw something glimmer over here. Don't know what it was.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and
What ifs carry body?
dignitaries only.
I was supposed to hide it. Ah, I didn't realise. Climb here, it says. Sure. R to heal. There you go. Tin of potted whale meat. There isn't any limit to what you can pick up, right? Ran past.
Military wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
They're alerted.
Call out to each other if you spot him.
Help me look for him.
Gotcha now.
I'm doing it, but it didn't work.
I know you're here. You are.
Alright, screw doing it the safe way. I'll still try occasionally, but I'm not gonna go out my way to do it stealth. Yard walkway.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned.
It feels very odd that the sword and gun are really static on screen. There's no kind of wavering. Well, there is a little bit, not much at all. I feel like I'm a mech or a tank moving around with a fixed attack device. Oh, you can use these to distract. This is where they just had me, isn't it?
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Okay. Sensitivity's too low. That's why I'm struggling to turn. Much better. Now I gotta slow my movement down a bit. Trials of Aptitude. Excerpt from a book of the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject, surreptitiously, in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs, ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their houses some hours before dawn, and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There the children undergo ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During the elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Put down? Jeez, alright, that's pretty brutal. Sorry kids, you're not going to get the job. Time to die. There's no key required for the safe? Okay. Clockwork explosive. Sweet. Then we use it on the door.
Ackworth, you lazy slut.
Damn it. I was trying to do it before he interacted with the other guy, but too late. Yard key. I don't think anyone heard.
Hey, what was it?
Jeez. Sorry. Oh, crap.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort the solitary
We got some long range on this weapon.
with 1 week's notice.
Control room. This was my cell area. So it's the kind of game where you can backtrack pretty easily. At least this part it is. Job requirements these days. Stuff. Oh, it just shuts the door. Whoa. Alright, see you guys later. Oh no, drawbridge was drawn. See ya! Just saw like a dozen guys behind me. Oh, it's so much easier to get out than in Tomb Raider. This game really holds your hand with directions. Go this way, go this extra few meters, go this direction. After playing all that Tomb Raider 1 and 2, where there is no indication where you should go, this feels like a baby game. In terms of navigation. Fugitive, you have escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Wrenhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. If it's been 6 months, I wonder if the girl has set up these anonymous helpers.
Shut up. Look at this stuff. Somebody's been down here.
Note from a friend. Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. It will bring you to us. A friend who will meet you soon. It's more combat based, yeah.
Watch for booby traps. Maybe some down here.
Good. We're lucky. One of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
He's like you. You never saw it. I saw him fight 3 to 1 in the practice yard.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
Oh, there they are. The rats! Oh my gosh. Okay, good job, rats. Oh, they're really going at it. Are you just going to leave skeleton behind? No, they're even eating the bones. Are they disposing of the body? That could be very useful. All that remains is a bit of blood and their weapons. Not even their clothes. Hungry boys. Yeah, they sure are. Let's not go that way. In case they want seconds. Oh no. Are you coming to me? Let's go past them. I don't know if these rats can swim. Damien's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit the city. Damien. So the rat problem from 6 months ago is now way out of control. Warning possible sewage overflow during heavy rain. Whenever I see the term heavy rain, it reminds me I never actually finished playing Heavy Rain, but I got the ending spoiled. I still want to play it though. You go there. They seem like lamps that should work, but they don't. I want to take the food with me, not just eat it.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies in the carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague. You?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
I see what we're supposed to do. We need to take this body, put it over here, let them eat that.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Copper wire. Something to use later. That's a trap. Ah! Okay. I didn't know that was a weapon. Just looked like a box. Projectile launcher. Disarmed. Yeah, it's a bit late for that. Oh, I could have climbed over. I think I was supposed to go up, but there's still stuff down here to do. Okay. Tripwire. There's the weapon. Can I climb up there? Maybe. Yes. Gotcha. Oops, I hit the tripwire. Hidden supplies, okay. To the Lord Protector. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire, and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you, of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man, Samuel, near where the tunnels will spill into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Hello, SupBotXD, welcome to the stream. Ah. What we got? A mini crossbow with wrist attachments and an extendable sword. Okay. Let's change the equipped item, press that and open the access wheel. So we got crossbow, normal dart, sleep dart, incendiary bolt, and regular bullet for the crossbow. Okay, regular bolts will do. What's this? Ooh. What does Hemlock Essence do? Is that for mana, if there is mana in this game? Slide while sprinting. Nice. Jelly's share. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Look to your whiskey. Is there something hidden in a whiskey crate? Combination required. Whiskey. 451. Gotcha. I can't see it. 451. Sweet. Murray jewel box and another health elixir. Cool. That's pretty easy. We will find out soon about the elixir stuff. Cool. Yeah, I think it did mention powers, so it's more Bioshock-like than originally thought. Oh wait, no, of course there are powers, because we've seen the guys teleport around. Can I climb this? Yeah. Trying to be careful, not get spotted.
Past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Don't try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
That looks like an old vehicle. This definitely looks like a vehicle. But I didn't think we were at that age. Is this not a bonus area? Oh no, it's the same place.
They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Slip into the water, don't come out.
Drop an enemy from above, press left before landing on him to perform drop assassination. Don't take any damage. What about drop knockout? I'm gonna try drop knockout. Nah, there's no such thing. Sorry. I was trying not to kill you. But you're just too damn resilient. Should have got knocked out from me landing on your head. Two guys. Gotcha. Actually carried a body for once. Getting better already. Uh-oh. There we go, it's walking away. Damn it! Blood from the eyes. Yeah. Was that about the plague or something?
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand.
What's up?
Over here. I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet me.
I'd like to meet them too.
They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, let's go. Gonna crack open some brownies while we do. There we go. Hostiles killed 11. What about knockouts? 2. Oh, bodies found. So it doesn't say anything about just knockouts. Okay. Didn't get ghost, never detected. Overall chaos high. Damn. Alright, let's see what's next. Oh, we didn't get anything on the right except coins. Oh, there weren't anything to get either. How did I only get 2/3 of the coins? Must have been loads more. And I did open Jelly Safe. Rats are aggressive in swarms but will flee when the number is reduced. Hidden allies in the Hound Pit's pub. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the loyalists in Inner Circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn.
Very interesting
Now
tower.
that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
I wonder if we have to go to that tower for a secret.
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Royalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Those brownies are great.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Achievement, Dishonored. One sec, let me just finish. Samuel the Boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent, and has brought you to meet the members of the organisation. Wait, might be stuff. Well, I am surprised. Okay.
I'm sure the Admiral is anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here. I wouldn't hang about if I were you. From what I understand, time's getting shorter.
So it started at last, Admiral. You found out that. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison,
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton.
Hey Rob,
Man of
welcome
the
back to the stream.
hour. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
I see, Rob, no worries.
Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear.
Piero.
Go talk to him and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Why did it just reset me? That was weird. I think it might have forced me back there for the end of the conversation. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm doing good, Rob. Doing good. How about you?
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
Can I have your beer? Oh, there's loads of stuff back here. I'll take it.
Have you talked to Piero yet?
No.
He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coldridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
Apricot tartlet. Yummy. I'm going to stop eating food now so I don't waste it if I need it later. There's no kind of stat for tracking how much food you eat, so there's no point. Also, I should go check upstairs. And I saw something glimmer over here, I thought. I don't see it. Space to climb. Alley-oop. Drop. Drop. Don't know if I'm supposed to go down here. Ooh, processed whale oil. Worth 30. Sweet. So we can get items that are valuable and we don't have to go sell them, we just get the money. Handy. This is probably going to be for later. Hello? Inchmouth decor plate. Oh, snap. I just stole it. Okay. I thought I was going to pick the item up. Lord Pendleton.
Pleased to meet you, Master Court.
Pleased to meet you too.
I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Yep.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
For those of you who don't know the oldie-timey dialogue he just used, when he said to breathe the bottle, he meant open it.
Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised.
So,
if I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Uh-huh. This is the bunk area. Hello.
My, you must be Corvo.
Didn't we meet?
I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
When we met the Empress, there was someone else dressed just like her. I guess it wasn't her then. The Shadow on Bitterleaf. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft, from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone she addressed me. So, you are the lover, I presume? You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Very creepy. Wonderful. The Young Prince of Tivia. Excerpt from a theatre play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothed in... what? Clothed so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Kalasar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for a royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Kalasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale gasping. Oh my, Kalasar, your skin is so warm. It hurts. No, it burns. So it's a bromance. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2. Is there a Volume 1? Excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I'm done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every part of the known world and sailed the loneliest waters you can imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing amongst the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come my home. Wait, what? Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Aw, there's a guy who's explored the world so much he's got nothing left to do. And his family has also suffered.
Attention Dunwall citizens, be advised.
Litany on the White Cliff. Gosh, there's a lot of books in this game. Let me just lie back a bit. Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy grey wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way, and to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes, in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbours, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. What? Okay. Sure. That's a bit of an odd passage.
Downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Harpooner songs. Excerpt from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler early in the morning? Feed into the hungry rats for dinner, feed into the hungry rats for dinner, feed into the hungry rats for dinner early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. That verse was a bit of a tongue twister. Stuff him in a second, throw him over, stuff him in a second, throw him over, stuff him in a second, throw him over early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. I'm trying not to be too loud because I know one of my housemates is probably going to sleep right now. I'd love to bellow the songs if I had the chance. It's only gone 10 PM, but one of them wants to be up early tomorrow, Saturday. Admiralty and the Fleet. There are so many books! Except from a book on naval history. While each of the Isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Is Bristol supposed to be like a fictional version of Bristol? With a B? Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or relish seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. This is a slog to read through. In times of war and peace, Crystal continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. The other books I've enjoyed reading so far, that one was just a block of text. Eesh. Havelock Log Entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. This is actually relevant to what we're doing. Yay! They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force in the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, would he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. I'm going to say 5 in 1. So some of the bodies we saw were people who smuggled the stuff through. That's a grim thought. All those people we're throwing around were actually trying to help us. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1, yeah! Alright, let's see the first part. Excerpt from the travel journal of a young whaler. So this is when he was young, and the other was when he was old. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the Gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so, and as the wind and pound... What? Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves. Right, gotcha. Racing after a wounded whale, being pulled off a skein of cables and embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling in the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Whew. I don't think I'll use that voice again. That was making me breathless. Very high pitch. Not very high pitch, but high pitch enough that it was a strain. Getting all the blues. Oh, that was ages ago, wasn't it? I'm not reading all these. No.
I don't need to tell you. If the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves.
Hello
I'm
again.
sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
If you say so. Corvo's Chambers. Ah, this is where I'm living. Sweet. Do we get to decorate this over time? Why is there a big void in the middle? What's behind this wall?
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress, but something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Are you an ally of the group? Because you seem to be going into my room.
Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
She only got out here because she went through my room. Oh wait, is that her quarters in the corner? No, maybe not, I don't know. I don't know how far we can fall without getting hurt, so I'm not going to risk it just yet. Wait, where's the exit? Down another floor. Why are the other doors open? Sup?
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Thanks, but I wasn't really much of an assassin, I was a guard. But okay, I'll be an assassin from now.
This cannot happen now the tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Sure. Another book. Sokolov Technology in the New Age. So everything seems to be based on the Sokolov technology. There's the things we're drinking for health, there's the transport systems or whatever. Except from a recent book detailing Sokolov's machines. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of the processed whale oil they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsman of the City Watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and wall of light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to the property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. A map! Oh, it didn't get counted as a map. A second solution. Except from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. Sure you didn't. The public has spoken of my usual message of idiocy. Wait, what? The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy. Spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting the remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I've studied it with the blood of those so afflicted, and it's nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood which relate to the mind itself and the spirit, and it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest, for you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. A subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Aha. Piero's request is denied. Piero, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tivian ore. What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they are absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city's in ruin, so no one's going to miss any of the old crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. Oh, Havelock. I'm not trying to sell things. This looks like it'll be a portal. Too many books. Oh. Dead counter responsibilities. Excerpt from a manual on the new city watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regents in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will be given to that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain. I'm guessing month of rain just means autumn, maybe. Interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coins and rations of elixir at 1/2 normal pay grade. I'm getting tired of reading. Failed experiments. Oh my gosh, there's so much text. I thought this was supposed to be a fun game, but it's an exercise in reading, which I don't mind if I'm not trying to play a fun game. Excerpt from a series of lectures in natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course, I've attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We're all part of a community, striving to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they're nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. So this door to nowhere, is that going to be the portal thing there? Whale vivisection. Do I really need to read this? Except from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, Beast of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 foot in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assume she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Okay. There's still more. When will this end? Whale oil processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. I get it. People here are into whaling. I get it. Why do we need 20 documents on the thing? Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks with the lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. I'm losing the ability to read now. Whale oil refilling station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good Admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. So this is something I actually do need to know properly. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks, they are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once. So maybe I need to go collect the canister from downstairs.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
He wants to experiment on humans, pressurizing them to create more energy. Okay, looks like I didn't need to bring the tank up. Oil tank, refill pump, connect empty tank to pump nozzle, pull lever once, wait for tank to... Ow. Ow. That really hurt. Pull lever once, wait for tank to fill, remove tank. Carefully. I didn't mean to do that.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Ah, finally.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need.
Okay.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Thing is, you want copper and I can get copper, but instead of getting the copper I get the money, which you'll then spend on getting copper. Yeah, let's look. Alright, so we can get crossbow bolts, we can get sleep bolts, bullets, spring razor, what's this? A trap that can be placed on nearby surface. Nah. Grenade, rewire tool, what's this? Allows you to rewire circuitry and turn security systems to your advantage. But we can only have up to 9. Yeah, okay. Rewire tool. Disable security devices or make them work in your favor by using a rewire tool on the circuitry panel for the security device you want to hack. This consumes the rewire tool. Rewired walls of light, arc pylons, and watchtowers will harm your enemies instead of you, while rewired alarms will be fully disabled.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Okay.
Sleep well.
Now we just fall asleep right in front of him. Destroy something and then it just disappeared. I didn't know what it said. Say the golden cat. Yeah. Oh, what? Something's not right. A visit from the outside. Yeah, this is a dream. Looks like we'll be going over there probably, through a series of floating islands.
Hello, Corvo.
What's up?
Your life has taken a turn, has it not?
Are you in my dream? Are
The
you real?
Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come.
Okay.
For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will.
Cool.
Use this newfound power. My gift to you.
He even looks like the guy that played Merlin in the TV show Merlin. So he is the magician. He looks right. Press right to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold it to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. A blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you reach your destination. Cool. So we have blink. That's pretty nice. Ah? What just happened? I did what it said. I aimed. Oh, it's not hit there. It's floating. There we go. Fallen letter. Empress. No. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. Thank you. Note added to your journal. What? So the note in the dream has come with us? Or is it not a dream? Watch your step. Yeah, I guess I should have done, shouldn't I? So I've done all that reading of the books, and now that I've stopped, view count's gone down. Okay. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Oh, I wonder if that's a real note. So is this something that happened and we're being shown it? Why do these guys all look the same? There must be a very limited number of faces in the game. I've already seen a few guys that look similar. Pierre's spiritual remedy. Nice. Hey, what's up? Oh, the mana is for the teleportation. What is he playing at? Can I just jump that one? I think I can. Would it kill me though? That's the question. Nope. You're being shot by the giant mech. Oh no. There's a whale as well. I didn't see that. OX8.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name.
Raised in the name of the outsider.
Will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden.
Okay.
Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
In the little I've seen of someone else playing, they have been holding this heart, and I had no idea why. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press right while targeting a personal location. Okay. Always check places that are out the way. Am I supposed to fall down? That was close.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Okay. Runes and acquiring powers. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the powers section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Aha. Alright, so we have Blink. We can level it up later with long distance. Strategic tips. Blink allows you to move very fast without being seen. Good for stealth. Combine jumping with the power to get further. Rooftop to rooftop. It can be changed with assassination or choke. Mana cost is low. Blink even more while you ice potions. Blink can be used to move upward too. Dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. This would be useful. I think the game's telling us we can only get... Oh, we can get this. Vitality, health is increased. I don't need that. Let's do this one. Do you want to buy dark vision? Sure. Press right to see in the dark and to reveal living beings through walls. Oh, I thought it would be a passive one. I have to activate it. You can also see their fields of view as well as a visual representation of the sound you make. Level 2 shows you important items through walls, like security devices, weapons, ammo, coins, or keys or traps. Okay.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you.
Before me?
Now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Rats are aggressive in small... Yeah. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with loyalists in a circle to learn what they've got in mind. It wasn't a dream, it was real. Bone charm. Mission... Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm section of the journal. So we got like voodoo magic as well. Void channel, powers effects improved. White rat's friend, white rats will attack you. Gutter feast, white rats can be consumed for mana. Ew. So we can activate all 3. Sure. Wait, so... Powers, effects, slightly improved. Okay. Mystical whale artifact. Pouch. The Journal of Granny Rags. Excerpt from the ramblings of a street denizen.
Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street where the neighbours are all setting fire to their home, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first 2 are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie, no one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine people. Vera Moray, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man. So young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand. All my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always home, no. We travelled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband, and then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, "Carve these bones for me. Make me another present." And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now. My little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword.
Wait, is that us?
Better bones.
Wait, royal headsman. Is that us? We don't speak, so it could be.
Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup, and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little mute boy carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old and I don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie. Especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaw and his boys. Always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end we'll be together with him, you and me in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie.
Whew, that's a bit taxing on my throat. Anyway. Mystical Wolfhound artifact, okay. Win sword versus sword contest more frequently. Damage from explosive reduced slightly. I can feel my throat is a bit rougher now. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. So I'm going to do these two. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. That's the ruffian leader that Granny was just on about. I've got to get my voice back now. I can feel that scratching at my throat. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street gang. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What? Hang on. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was the boss of Bottle Street gang. Time was, the young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pitching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking up a pile by the age of 10. Bloody hell. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs that were working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines by the Pendleton or Ball families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch. Usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, get everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. None of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across the town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening we were all taking in a bawdy show in the theatre house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too. just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea, he wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door, and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window, just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the streets, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding the cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hooks sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going, until finally it was just Mike the Fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck it to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb. But apparently, Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. I like this. I like this little story. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. It seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly opened wide and a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant, and Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. Of course they did, because they knew they'd die otherwise. There'd be the next round of murders or accidents. After spilling the guts of the main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business, real neat-like. Calling him favours, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the Responsible Citizens group they call themselves, RCC. Telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men. Hang on. Right, okay. I misunderstood that. So the RCC is not Slackjaw's guys, it's the Royal Spymaster's Snitches. Gotcha. telling everyone working in the shop sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep a watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir, or spiritual remedy they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with... Oh, look at that, that's a typo. Doing the same with Sokolov. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good, but after a while there were so many people down with the plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burrows took over and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of lights across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations. And that's kept us alive. So far. Crowley. Bottle Street Gang. Whew, that was a long read. But it was a good read. Better than some of the other books so far. So now we know all about Slackjaw.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter. And they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Achievement Occultist, really? Collect 10 bone charms, but they're all right here. Field survey notes the royal spy. Rumours and sightings down. Rumours and sightings down. Except from an overseer's covert field report. It's so long! Oh. For over a year now, I've lived away from the Abbey, without company of my overseer brother and other guidance of the blind sisters of the Oracular Order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murderers and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I've taken my meals with killers. At times I've ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. I'm losing the ability to read now. My beard has grown long and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favoured by Bottle Street and hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among the murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Okay, hang on a sec. Hang on. So it's an overseer's covert... Okay, so it's an undercover spy who's murdering baddies to get close to Dowd when he becomes recognised as a proper assassin. Of all the practitioners of black magic we've tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent travelling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult of the great halls of learning, and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the Outsider. Oh, okay, yeah, we know who that is. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapour masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds and slaving them. So is Dowd the one who killed the Empress? Maybe. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw an abandoned apartment, used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognised from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit, as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt, Dowd is an agent of the Outsider and must die. For there is no limit to the evil this man might do. So, hang on. Did Dowd kill the Empress and then argued with the Outsider, and now we're being hired by the Outsider to rectify his mistake, maybe? This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is a dead, and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. There's a lot of typos in this game, aren't there? You'd think someone would proofread it. Field Survey notes The Royal Spy. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burrows, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Winter, I guess. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in this distillery district, but more slowly than I had expected. The ruffians operating here have been cunning. I'll grant them that. But it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute guy would be working day and night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Hang on, what is this? Royal Spy. Memoirs of Hiram Burroughs. Okay. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least he is likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety. But a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her and spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. No, it's not. It develops character and imagination and cunning. If you want someone who is learned but lacks imagination, then all they'll be able to do is regurgitate what they've learned. They'll never be able to come up with something new, or even put the pieces together that they already have in a situation which requires a little bit of imagination to rearrange. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in this day Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased, as if it were up to me. No. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The water tower... I can't read. Give me a sec, let me have something to drink. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way to the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and we'll suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting the heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but is vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I have been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order, perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Hiram Burroughs, Royal Spymaster. So that's why he usurped the Empress, because he thinks he can do a better job. Right. Now I need to allocate bone charms. Are we done now? Okay, please move on. Gotta jump down this. It looks too high. Oh, I can change it, can't I?
Will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Oh, it's pretty far. Not letting me climb? Not been here, have we?
Attention Dunwall citizens. River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Oh, I don't think we're allowed to go that way. Oh, I must be able to climb up there. Right? Oh wait, can I just swim to it? Yeah.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in.
Play your way powers. The powers you obtain from ruins can be used creatively to defeat enemies or move through the environment. Blink from roof to roof, possess rats and fish, or slow time before rushing a group of enemies. Cool. So we got possession, control animals, and later we can control humans. Oh, you actually physically merge, not mentally. I'm pretty sure a possession would be really useful. Why are you telling me to do this? Wait, I can't acquire this? Why not? Oh, it costs 3. Vitality, health increase. I don't need that. I'm gonna save it. Climb this? No. Being attacked. Hello, Samuel.
I hope you're well rested. The Admiral has some adventures in store for you, but only he knows the details.
Okay. That's new.
They top off the wine with river water. but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars.
Oh. Okay. So we have another route we can go here. And I guess that weird tower I was on about before. The Fugue Feast. Okay, it's not that long. Excerpt from a book on the celebrations and holidays. At the end of every year, I can't read. At the end of every year, after the last days and months of song, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. What? A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that kept them whole and healthy over the year. Many leave their homes euphoric with spirits or potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting High Overseer calls for the hymn of atonement and the Fugue Feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes or discarded oaths. For this time during the astronomical alignment does not exist and is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. So their calendar is not completely inclusive. They leave a little bit out, and therefore that time doesn't count, they say. So they can do whatever they like, and they can get away with it, like in The Purge, except not really killing. And then they just carry on as if everything is as it should be. That's quite silly logic.
Elementary sums. History of the Isles. Geography of the Isles. The Seven Strictures. Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
Yeah, I've had enough books. Oh, there's another one. The Trials of Aptitude. Excerpt from book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Wait. I've read this. Yeah, there we go. Finally a book I've already read. It's starting to happen. Have I read this? Call to the Spheres, Volume 1? No. Excerpt from a work of fiction, early chapters. My stomach twisted at the end. My stomach twisted as the engines of the odd vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orcado, third prefect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He was exhilarated, savouring each of the small craft's undulations. Orcado pulled a lever and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale oil grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window, which suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Bryn looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. So it's a flying machine. Can I go higher? Surely I can. Nope. Nope, can't go higher. What a strange building. Right, let's go see the bloody Admiral or whatever it's called. Wait, what's along here? Anything? Oh. Oh, we're back here.
Havelock stopped in earlier, but I forgot what he wanted.
Read these
Waiting to
books.
see you.
Why does it let us go all this way, and why is it all linked together like that?
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count.
Well, let's get down to it.
Hey.
First off, I know that assassination...
Let's play the game.
But sometimes, good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you.
Oh, I can't concentrate right after all that reading.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Okay. There was a thing that's going to come up. I missed out on the tutorial thing. Ah.
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty.
I know someone that looks just like her. Thank you, GhostWolf655 for the follow.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista.
Welcome to the
I
stream.
work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man.
Yes.
There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow,
Oh, we know
still
him.
serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them.
He's in danger.
Campbell's going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Yes, sure. I am enjoying it, Ghost Wolf, but there are so many books. I spent maybe more than half of the stream just reading out loud. And it's done my throat in a bit with the old granny voice I was doing. Callista has an uncle, Captain. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm stuck. There we go. Samuel, my old buddy, old pal, let's go.
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest.
What was that?
I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
It's fishy swimming behind him. Piero, do you have anything interesting for me?
What can I do for you?
I don't know, what you got? A rune? You can give me a rune? A carved chunk of whalebone. I'll take that. Oh wait, upgrades. I haven't even checked that tab. I didn't realise it's a separate tab. Okay, I haven't even used the crossbow yet, so I'm not going to upgrade it yet. Barely used the pistol. I haven't really used the sword yet. Everything's been reading, no real fighting yet. Mask optics, allow you to magnify a view. Spring razor capacity, bone charm. I'm going to leave all that for now. How far can we fall? That's fine. Oh yeah, there's something to eat, wasn't there? Yeah, nice.
Does part of the soul live in the heart? If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
Yeah, it's an interesting proposition. Keep the heart beating, trap a soul. A second solution. We have read this, right? Yes. I thought I spotted a coin then. Okay, Sam, let's go. Let's play the game already.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Just give the signal.
Signal. Alright, let's play the game finally. High Overseer Campbell. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal and eliminate him. An ally to the loyalist, Martin, is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. I'm going to the distillery district. That's where the gangs are. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it is. Bottle Street is where the gang is.
Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. Then there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts.
Ah, but she's useful for us because of the bone talismans.
Just take your pick.
Whatever they're called. There's a rune there. Ball of light, bone charm. Bone charm. Okay. More bone charms we have, the better. Hey little rats, you're not going to attack me, are you? Arthur's note. Dearest Gwen, the city is going to burn. I've sold everything, so there's nothing for me here now except you. I'll wait for you where Clavering Boulevard crumbles into the water, into the river, where we used to meet. We'll take the money I've made and bribe our way to a passing whale ship. I won't leave without you, and if you won't come, I'd rather be rat food. Love, Arthur. Aww. Where's the guy he was talking to?
Anybody with signs of a sickness? Not now.
Oh, he's on the bridge. Please don't be a guard. I'm gonna try not to kill you.
Attention Dunwall citizens, following
I'll just knock it out, it's fine.
contact with an infected or weeping individual, you are required to remain in
I know it's having that glitch where it says I have 0 viewers.
If signs of infection...
Hang on a sec. I need to check that the stream hasn't broken. Let's just check. Is it still going? Yep, the browsers are absolutely fine. I'll just wait till it catches up with where I said 0. It's only a few seconds off. Wow, that's some stream delay. It's like 20 seconds. Yeesh. What time is it anyway? I know we started pretty late. It's 11:30. Oh my gosh, time's flown. Yep, looks like the stream is still running just fine. It just says there's 0 viewers for some reason. And then on the other one it's a different number, so whatever, let's carry on.
Report for transport to the flooded district.
Do I have to get in the water to get that? I don't know. I can't see them. Oh, they're there. 3?
Half the city's dead. Won't make it 3 more months.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special
Oh crap.
from our honorable Lord
Play your way, pathways. You can get past this wall of light in a number of ways. Yeah, but I've already failed. Disable it by removing the whale oil tank. Climb up the crates to the right and use the roof. Find another path by following the streets to the right. Possess a rat and use the small tunnel to the left. Aha.
The Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond.
What are you doing? Oh, he's just a survivor. Sorry. Can I use this to blind them? And then attack them? Is there an M for map? No. There's no map. Hey, it's fun! Oh, so he's only knocked out. It's fine. There we go. So that's where we are. We can go around. We can go through. We can go around even further. Then we can split either way. Property of the City Watch. It's very bright, bloody hell. Tampering or theft will be punished. Obey the City Watch. Tampering with security devices is punishable by death. Aha. Sweet. Note to Sergeant Hayburn. All the Wall of Light components have been delivered to your station and I expect it to be functional before midnight. You've also been provided with several spare whale oil tanks, should the need arise. Last, it's come to my attention that various watchmen continue the adolescent practice known as rat burning. Remember, whale oil is not cheap. Please keep your men under control. Captain Kerno. Spring Razor. A spring razor trap can be attached to any surface by aiming at it and pressing right click. It will be triggered as an enemy approaches it, throwing up a cloud of shrapnel. Ooh, it eviscerates them nasty. I want to deal with these guys over here, but I think we're going to need to throw a bottle or something.
I can feel
feel a pre-age ending.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Jeez.
This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. The overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. Will
That's not a nice thing. Garbage. All.
I hope they don't get spooked.
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
Granny Rags, hey, how you doing?
Is that you?
I've read your
my
book.
Dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? Oh, the dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in.
She certainly doesn't sound old.
Oh, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them.
I did an older voice than her.
Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
Oh, sure, yeah, sure. Oh, don't be scared. I'll deal with it.
Granny, come out with me instead. Granny, you can't because you're dead.
Bit disturbing, but okay.
Let us in, Granny.
I bet you can't even hear us.
Hi guys, what's up?
Would you look at this? You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that.
That outfit must have cost a lot.
Maybe I'll let my girlfriend wear it.
I was gonna talk. He just set his friend on fire, idiot. You just did it twice. Am I insta-dead from one fire blast? I am. That sucks. Hey Bloodcrow, welcome back to the stream. Yes, indeed.
Would you look at this? You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that.
That outfit.
No mercy. Where's the other body? Did he run away? Am I going blind here, or is the other guy missing? No, it's right there. He should be here. There's his weapon. The pouch is there. His body just disappeared. Okay. Get good news, more good news, and bad news. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm paying attention.
Yes.
Between fights. Hi.
Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. You're a brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you.
That's right.
I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance?
No.
Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
Okay. Okay.
I think the little birdies are sad today.
Oh. Thank you, Granny.
I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that slack jaw is the worst. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely room carved from the bones of a dead whale.
Oh yes, please.
Do you remember my doctor, dear?
Do you
Dr.
remember?
Galvani. Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days.
Clavering Boulevard.
Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo, like her. Right, now I can catch up with what you're saying, Booker. Shush, Granny. You say that you've been speaking to the girl more. Awesome. Working out well, very good. She doesn't have Minecraft rip dreams of a Minecraft girlfriend. Well, that doesn't rip the dreams at all. That just means that she can't be a Minecraft girlfriend right now. If you and she do end up getting a bit more serious, and you want to play Minecraft with her, you could just mention, hey, do you want to play some? Oh, you don't have the game? Well, here you go. I'll buy you a copy. That could be a nice little gift. And even if things don't work out, at least you've done something nice for her. But if things do work out, then there you go. You got your Minecraft girlfriend. If that's really your objective. Good news 2 or bad news 1 is your high kappa arrived. That's the airsoft pistol, yeah? You have the complete set, nice, but there is an issue, the barrel is loosed. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure if you contact them you can get that sorted out. That's the plan, giving her a copy of Minecraft. That sounds good, very good.
Go, or they won't come.
Send us food. I thought that said send nudes then. Send us food, not bullets. Alright, so anyway, we've helped Granny out. I think we need to do an execution for her.
Yes, I will. Get out.
Wait, did you just walk through the door? Yeah, you did, didn't you? Before we go that way, I need to check what's in this room because I didn't before.
They are burning whales.
Moray War Medal. Alright, now we get this way and get the rune. Mysterious glowing purple light.
Granny has work to do.
Not right now, Granny.
Off you go.
But there's a rune. I'm having this rune. 2 of 7 found.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family. But an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
I don't get his point. I have 4 runes, nice. So we can do possession, we can do bend time, and yeah, I did read what you said, Blicker. Daring sword. See, it says slows time, but that might mean it slows the environment and myself, or it might mean slows the environment while I can travel around at normal speed. Time is stopped. Your movement at speed is faster, relatively. Bend time's useful for sneaking and assassination since your enemies are suspended. Anything you come into physical contact with is pulled into your time and moves faster briefly. Bend time is also useful for stopping projectiles in mid-air, giving you a chance to move out of their way, or even to collect them. Ah, so it's like the Matrix, except instead of dodging bullets you can grab them and put them in your weapon. Even though that shouldn't work, because, you know, the bullet that gets fired isn't the same as the bullet that is loaded. Its form is reduced. Baron Swarm summons a swarm of rats that will attack others then disperse after a short duration. The swarm will also consume corpses. Wind Blast, powerful wind that can push back or knock down enemies and shatter doors. Health increase. Bloodthirsty. Build adrenaline, trigger brutal melee fatalities. Nah. Agility, jump height increased, fall damage reduced, nice. Overall movement speed increased, yeah, I like that. Upgrading blink should be a priority. Shadow kill and agility are great, okay. Shadow kill. Unaware enemies who don't see you turn to ash as they die. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice. I don't have to hide bodies anymore, they just disappear. Wait, but I'm trying to not kill. All enemies turn to ash as they die. Okay. So what's the increased version of Blink? Just longer distance. But I've been trying to blink around and some things I couldn't reach, so maybe I should do that. Yeah, let's do that. As you say. Shadow kill and agility will be later.
Get out.
Okay, Granny, gosh, calm down. So you want us to go kill a guy, right? Wait, what's this? Did I just... Hang on, is this guy the guy that's leading that group? Have I taken his special... Oh, no, this is a trap. It's not a spike chain thing wrapped around the hand. Alright, we need to go back and deal with these guys.
The doom of Pandysia has come to the sea.
Oh, you think the plague was from Pandysia?
The river rushed in when the barrier broke. The whole district went dark.
The sick ones go in the cages, an often flooded district. A couple of them didn't look too sick. Can't take chances. They even look a little green around the gills, so off they go. Got you now.
You just put your enemy off balance by blocking with perfect timing. Now press the left click to perform a lethal counterattack. Yeah, the problem is the dialogue got in the way. But whatever. Oh, I needed to possess the rat. Can I blink through? Can I blink to the other side? No. Maybe. That's a lot further, wow. Aha. I'm really low on health, I should heal. Ow. Okay, jumping doesn't work, I need to just blink when I get up there. Death in the Month of Songs. Excerpt from a longer work translated from Old Sir Conan by Anissa Matteo of Serkonos. She was shy in the month of hearths, hiding from my scented letters, a sun-dappled cure for my loneliness. She was smiling in the month of rain, eating figs straight from the tree, a dream of sailing around the isles. She was wed in the month of clams, to her sailor cousin from Calero, a shrill bird drilling at my chest. She was dying in the month of songs, struck by a disease from the east, a terrible kiss on her distant lips. Huh. Okay. It doesn't interest me. How far can we go? Can't go that far.
I will be glad to rest.
What's this?
At the Academy, they cut the flesh of the dead and trap the lightning from the sky.
I don't think that's relevant, Mayday. Oh, they're gathering. Are you gonna die?
Sir? It's my first shift on a long flight. You sure it's safe? It's safe if you're not an idiot. At the start of your duty watch, a technical officer comes by with a charge. And
I'm trying to get behind that guy. Crap. I was going behind him and I hit the friggin' box of the target. You got by fast. Where's the third guy? Did he disappear again? We keep having disappearing bodies. Yeah, he's just vanished. I know there's something behind this. Oh jeez. Wait, what are you? I need a bottle. Right. Oh wait, do we even want to go that way? Yeah, there's a bone charm inside. Is there no bottle at all I can get? Oh, where's this go? Somewhere I don't want to go. Stay away from those rats.
Anyone there?
Shh. Damn it, I should have grabbed him. Oh, it kind of worked, but I messed up. The body disappeared again. I don't like this. It's a weird bug. What's up?
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, It was
Okay, Griff.
at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me.
You want to trade your stuff for money? You mean sell?
Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
God, we saved this guy's life and he's trying to sell stuff to us instead of just giving us stuff. Blueprint for lens magnification. Sokolov's formula. Sure.
Huh?
There's also a bone charm around here to get. On top. How do I get upstairs? Ah, okay. Might be able to jump that. Yeah. A book on bone charms. Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions in Scrimshaw. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from father to son, old man Salt to Greenborn, still getting his sea legs beneath him. In the old times, men cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of bears that roamed the isles north of Tivia. Once the royal trade began, the practitioners went to engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon to a man's vigour, or defense against pregnancy. Nothing else here. Okay. This guy wants money, and there's money on the table next to him. Blood Ox Way. Bodies just left out in the streets. Can I make that jump? Don't want to die. Sweet. That's like Doom. Nothing around here.
So cold.
Mother's Journal. 8th entry. It's the 4th day of the month of rain. Morris is sick and so are the children. I've avoided it thus far, which is good fortune, since it has fallen on me to care for them. Hold on. Is there a 1 to 4? Gaffer's Tale Volume 1. Timeless Child Rhymes. Excerpt from a set of cautionary tales for children. They say that Jimmy Whitcomb Riley was a brawler. His mates called Smiley. He ran around up and down town, pulling off every kind of crimey. On Bottle Street he hung with the boys, throwing bricks and bottles and other toys. They'd start a fight, then run and hide, breaking, laughing far and wide. Smiley liked to eat and drink all day, and smash and bash the night away. Drunk and all alone he drifted off a-sleeping, sitting on the bridge along John Clavering. Okay. Weird rhyme. When he woke, something strange he found, stranger than a singing wolfhound. He'd become a blue-jawed hagfish, most slimy, and only remembered his name was Smiley. They say that Jimmy Whitcomb Riley was never seen again for all of timey, but he swam around up and down, drinking from the river, crying, "Why me?" That is an awful tale. The kid was bad, so he became a fish. Full stop. No explanation, no transitionary period at all. It's just gone from A to C with no B. Looks like this is the only journal. There is no part 1. They did their best. Nah. Alright, so we read the 8th, just trying to care for them. Morris is sick and so are the children. 9th entry. The city watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbours cannot be trusted. Earlier it was difficult to keep the children quiet, now they sleep most of the time. 10th entry. The flies have set in. I try to keep them away, but I can barely get close. They sting so. Most of the time Morris won't answer me when I try to talk to him from across the room. 11th entry. Morris is gone. I don't know what I'll do. For now all my hope is reserved for the children. Leaving the flat for a while, near dawn, I found some plague bags from a guard booth while no one was around. It took a while, but I got Morris into one of the bags. At least his face is covered. Oh, when she said Morris is gone, I thought she meant left. But yeah, dead. 12th entry. Young Robert has passed. The star of my sky is gone. Page missing. Between 12th and 17th entry. Elise stopped breathing in the middle of the night. She was such a headstrong girl. I can hardly believe she was overcome. She was always near as I cut up hagfish or vegetables, arguing me about everything. 18th entry. It is the 4th day of the month of wind. It has settled in that they are lost to me, all of them. I cannot bring myself to call the dead counter. 19th entry. I have the fever now. No guards come near anymore. So her family died around her, and then she got it too. Alright, let's get on with the game. But first, oh wait, no, stay. Bottle Street Boys. You cannot kill the rat plague. Oh, is this... These are set up to keep plagued people inside, I think. It's not to hold the building up. Huh. Let's finally do this. Dr. Galvani's offices. High Overseer Campbell. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's... Wait, I've already read that. Oh, we're doing an optional side quest. Gentlemen callers break into Dr. Galvani's flat on Clavering Boulevard.
The great ships had stopped bringing their hulls.
We can't see through this, can we?
That's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir.
What happened? You crabbed in the head? I'll flush you out.
No, you weren't.
He's here. Get it.
Oh, I didn't count. He was too alert, so he couldn't be caught from behind. Wanted Slackjaw. Reward of 2,000 coins for capture or death. The offences of this man are high crimes under the strictures of the High Overseer, the municipal laws of the City Watcher of Dunwall, and the edicts of our brave Lord Regent in these times of peril. Third stricture. Except from a work detailing one of the 7 strictures. Restrict the restless hands, which quickly becomes the workmates of the outsider. Unfettered by honest labour, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of what value are the hands that steal and kill and destroy? Instead, put your hands to the plough, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowliest labour that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. I see what they say. As they say, the devil makes work for idle thumbs. Avoiding the rat plague. Oh my gosh, there's so much. That's not that much. Government protocol and disease practices. Much of the public still harbours false beliefs related to the plague. It is not true that the bile from river crust will protect against the contraction of the disease, nor is it true that crushed Morley orchids acts as a remedy. Though it is speculated that both of these ingredients are used in both Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedy. Consumption of these products, before exposure to the plague, constitutes the only known means of resisting the disease. Further, the Abbey of the Everyman warns against superstitious practices. Not only is it ineffective to burn 2 hagfish and a cat together, inhaling the vapours while chanting the names of the plague dead, but it is also considered heresy by the overseers, and will be met with the full measure of the Abbey's laws. Tell your neighbours and practice these things yourself. Avoid contact with the infected. Consume your ration of elixir daily, preferably in the morning, and report anyone suspected of carrying the plague. Everyone must work together to stop the spread of the dreaded contagion. So what they're saying is you need to keep medicating to not get the plague, and people are consuming ingredients but not the entire thing. Hello, White Rat. I don't think I want to go that way. Customs and food of Morley. Excerpt from Traveller's Journal. Born and raised in Bristol, I spent my formative years in our smaller cities before settling in magnificent Dunwall. There, in the capital city, I learned to appreciate the finer things. When the opportunity arose to document my travels to Serkonos, Tivia, and finally Morley, I left my position as a clerk for the late Lord Estamont. Perhaps, like so many in Dunwall, I suffered from being excessively cultured. But I found Morley disappointing. Over the course of this journal I will explain why I found the Festival of Churners to be tiresome despite the high banners, bare feet and red robes, and why their renowned jelly ox tongue is something I will be struggling to forget for many years to come. Okay, so we don't need to read the rest of his journal, thank you. Some kind of blood sausage. So Serkonos meant to be Germany. Feeding log. 4th day, month of wind, assorted human remains, strong appetite. 10th day, 1 bag, Tivian pears, bruised, rotted, rats uninterested. 11th day, 1 tin, potted wheat, whale meat, eaten. 11th, human torso, no trouble finding corpse parts. 17th, no feeding, aggression increased, incident of cannibalism. 20th, incident with previous maidservant, will withhold feeding until 1st day. Month of darkness. Huh. So they're all locked in there. Is there anything in there I actually want? I don't think so. I see one vial, but we're going to skip that. Alright, we gotta go upstairs then. I gotta stop flicking through the wrong things.
Wait, did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you have to scrub. The rats get their vital essences everywhere, the doctor said.
Vital essences? Does that mean guts?
I think so. So your hands need scrubbing. You're unclean.
Unclean? That's nonsense. Can't we just...
No, I told you. With rubbing alcohol or white vinegar.
All right. What's he doing though? Rats that carry the plague.
Your friends are ignorant. The doctor is a brilliant man. If anyone can save this city, it's him.
The royal physician is going to save us. I hear his new elixir is twice as good against it.
I don't understand how Galvani can admire Sokolov. Royal physician or not, I hear tell he's a beast. A superstitious philanderer who spends more time with prostitutes than he does in the laboratory.
Is this one going to be like that, Mary? It is, isn't it?
I hope not. I'm telling you now, I don't have the endurance for it.
I don't want to kill either of them.
Stupid goddamn Dublin son of Harlan Gallery. That's it.
She turned around. No, she has now though.
I told her to keep the children inside. I told her. What? No! Help me!
Damn it. How can I knock her out?
Someone help! Oh, please! No, no,
F.
no! Please help me!
Ah, there we go. Shush. Go to sleep. Sorry, lady, I didn't want to do that to you. I mean, I did want to knock you out, but I didn't want to chase you. No one even heard a call. Huh. What you got in here? Dr. Galvani's journal. I've been invited to a soiree at the Boyle estate. Of course I won't attend. The 28th day of the 7th month, the month of High Cold, is the day I met Anton Sokolov at the Academy. Why would I tarnish the anniversary of the most important day of my life by licking aristocrat boots? I have no time for fools. I will be solving the riddle of this plague. Perhaps I'll raise a cup of Tivian bread. Maria pocket watch, nice. Sleep dance. Nice. What? I heard someone talking then. Oh, I think he killed a rat. Or I saw the text of it. Canker Mouth Gulf Map. Hmm. $28.7. 728. Let's try 728 because it's an American developer, isn't it? Alright, 28.7, let's try it. Yeah, okay, cool. Ingots, wow. Ew. She's just told him about the procedure, keeping things clean, and he goes and spits on the floor. Ew. Cleaning instructions. Dear Mrs. Benton, when cleaning my study, I ask that you constrain your efforts strictly to the floors. Please at all costs refrain from attempting to clean or arrange my bookshelf. In fact, it would be best to keep away from it altogether. Otherwise, I'll have to reconsider the terms of your employment. Regards, Dr. Galvani. P.S. Since I'll be out of the city for a few days, I've left next week's pay as well. The bank was closed, so I'm afraid it's short by half. You can count on me for the remainder next week, of course. So he's left. Dr. Galvani's lab. Whale diagram. Ah, dark room. So this is where he tries to be clean, and he's got rats in here. It's a very tiny set of drawers in the corner. Strange. Galvani Academy notice. Galvani, the latest case should arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. We can't have you getting phossy jaw like the tanners at the edge of the city. Poor guys. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisectionist should be celebrated, revered even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room behind a wall of books. That's 2 hints toward there being a secret room behind the bookcase. Anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need, but remember it might be a month before I can put together another shipment. Yours in knowledge, Artemis Moore, Procurement Clerk and Provisioner, Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. P.S. Next time you're nearby, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated from the plague, since so few come and go here, and we've got quite the stock of Tivian brandy. Nice. The rat plague. Have we read this? No. Excerpt from a natural philosopher's notes. For over a year I've studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands. Given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle, it's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species. Perhaps through mites. Wait, what? The rodents seem immune to the plague, but they pass it between them. Oh, okay, so maybe exposing a rat to a plagued person doesn't work. The blood of the rats tells its own story, allowing me to gauge the number of generations that a given group of rats have lived with the plague. As such, a nagging question remains. The rats collected in the poorest parts of town in the slums exhibit the oldest strains of the plague, while those found near the docks, where the foreign plague-bearing rats would presumably have entered the city, exhibit a younger strain of plague. Could this mean that the rats were transported to the slums in some way that is not obvious? I will continue my research. If nothing else, I am living proof that Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedy are very effective at protecting against the plague, if one consumes enough of the stuff. So either the infestation began inside the city, or it was transported to the city by means other than the docks.
Obviously the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander's zoological survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
It would make sense, biological warfare in a sense. Alright, I'm just going to check the stream's working, because once again the stream software is glitching for me. Showing the wrong number. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. In fact, let me just put these so I can see them at the same time, and then I won't have to check. Where should I put that? There? Yeah, I'll put that there, that on top. There we go. Cool. Now I can see everything. Rat behavior and extermination. Excerpt from a series of interviews with street workers by rat catcher Lena. Used to be, you'd go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could at night. The city watch paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone, and we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street brats to work with us, the younger ones who didn't make trouble. We'd pay them with bread and apple cider. Once the plague came, the rats were different, meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You had to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn, and the swarm would come back at you. I barely got away with my skin a few times, down in the sewers. The bites hurt afterward, but it was the sounds they made that stayed in your dreams at night. It got more dangerous and the City Watch started paying better. But that didn't last long because after a while too many people had been stripped clean, trying to fill up a bag. One slip and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew down to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. Aww. This game has a very sad story beneath everything. Is that bull rat fetus? Ew. I don't want to see that. The Leviathan's Sorrow. Excerpt from a report on a treatise banned by the Rudshawk Trade Council. Little is known of Pacotti, credited with this series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threaten the economic underpinnings of the empire. 01. Enslavement, on the breeding and husbandry of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wild after a natural and free life cycle. Pacotti offers no solutions for where these massive malevolent creatures might be pastured. Oh, so you're saying breed them, don't hunt them. Okay. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between herd members. Pacotti actually uses the term families. Well, yeah, there are families of whales, but I guess they were not aware of that at this time. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is, in reality, the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. It includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brute, a notion refuted by seamen who returned to shore, wide-eyed with tales of the whale's savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Pacotti is on his weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement or transference of the natural beasts from the native environments. Okay, so it's it's a guy trying to look out for the whales, and no one likes it. Alright, we gotta go behind the bookshelf. Where is the secret? There. Fake book. Heavy. Looks like I've got any secret room. Plague rat viscera. Pick up. Ew, no. Okay. Ah, okay. Search for a sample of infected rat viscera. Done. Contaminating the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still with plague rat viscera will infect anyone who drinks the elixir with the plague. That includes the Bottle Street Gang and the people who buy their black market elixir. Dr. Felt. Oh, okay, so we can poison the gang and their buyers. I don't know about that. Poisoning the gang, fine, but the people that buy it off them, not so fine. Sewer capacity in the month of Nets. It's a weird name for a month. Excerpted interview attached to a formal report by City Works Crew 17A. I've been asked to tell the problem, so here it is. It's been every year that we work like men gone mad during the month of Nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the works is clogged with trash from the catch, pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We've got to get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. And it ain't like we get help from those guys in civil engineering either. Been at this job for nigh on 28 years, and I never seen one of them come down below, except to measure it. Wait, what? Except to measure, will it hold when they go putting up one of their fancy new bridges? So these last 3 years been the worst, and here's why. It's the river crusts moved into the works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up, and we all climb up fast. No other choice. Okay. Are we done? I think we're done. Okay, that was kind of cool, the secret little passage thing, secret room. What time are we at? It's getting late. I'm going to have to end it there. So I believe it just saved. I'll just do it anyway. Create a save game. Okay, it's a good thing I did. Ah, perfect. So, thank you all for tuning in, hope you enjoyed. It's been an interesting game so far. There's a lot of reading involved, much more than I expected. A bit too much in some places, with very unimportant stuff. I know it's supposed to be world building, but it's a little bit excessive in world building for very minor, insignificant things. If I were the kind of person that I didn't care how much time I was spending on the game, then it would be lovely. But I don't want to be spending 10 streams on this game, you know? I think it might take about 6 or 7 streams to finish this game. And that's fine. That's still a lot, but that's fine. I don't want to be going 10-15 just to read all the books. But I'll read them, and I'll try and do as many as is reasonable. And if it's dragging on, I'll skip a few that don't seem to be of any importance. Anyway, regarding the actual game itself, the world, the point of the main character, it all seems somewhat interesting, pretty straightforward. Might get more complicated as things go, but it's all good, yeah, enjoyable. You're back. Ah, perfectly bad timing, got Blood Crow on finishing up. So, as I said, thank you all for tuning in, hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that follow button so you know when I'm next streaming. I'll be continuing this at some point, maybe tomorrow, maybe a different time. Monday I'll be playing Killing Floor 2 for the first time ever, and at some point next week I'll be starting Tomb Raider 3, continuing through the 13 Tomb Raider games. If you'd like to help support streams, videos and everything else to ensure that I can do these more, currently I'm only really doing them once a day due to having other commitments, but if I can get on by, if I can pay bills and that, thanks to streaming, then I can dedicate much more time to streaming rather than other efforts. So if you want to do that, if you want to help out in any way, you can subscribe on Twitch, use the free subscription from Twitch Prime, check out the Patreon, check out the merch store, or other ways to help are you can follow on Twitter to spread awareness, or follow/sub to both of the YouTube channels. If you've missed any parts of today's stream, as I know that you have, Blood Crow, you can catch up on the Craigites Archive YouTube channel, which hosts all of the last year and 2/3 worth of streams. I've just released the 27-hour stream, which was the sequel to the 24-hour stream. Both happened just under 2 weeks ago. It took a long time to download because Twitch likes to throttle big download files, and then I had to upload, remove copyrights, re-upload, and it took quite a while, but it's finally been released. Now I can catch up on the stream since then, releasing 5 a day probably to catch up, which should only take a few days. So, plenty there for you to check out. If you do check out the archive channel, there are handy playlists for all the different games. If you like one, you can just sit back and let the videos roll. If you want to see absolutely everything, there's over 800 videos. Thousands of hours of footage. So just pick what you like and go with that. Anyway. Also, if you'd like to join the community, the Discord link is down below. Thank you all for tuning in once again. It's been great having you here. It's quite nice to see that there's an interest in this game. So I know it's not going to be a game that I'm playing just for myself, it is for you guys too. It's always a risk whether playing something I've not played before is going to be not only enjoyable but successful too. And it looks like this is going to be both. I just wish there was a bit less reading, but whatever. I look forward to the more action-packed gameplay, or sneaky gameplay, or interesting story yet to come. So, I will see you in the next stream. You want more Minecraft with friends? I might do. Might do. Bye.